Hey YouTube, it's Mr. Dodo8449. Before we begin, I just wanted to say that I've gone out and bought myself a new video camera, so this is the first time I'm using it. I was just wondering if I could ask people to comment on this and just say what you think about it. From what I've tested so far, it looks like that the quality of the picture is really good, but the sound is quieter than my old video camera, so that should, well, I think the picture was so good it won't really matter. But anyway, this new camera, so if you can just comment on that, it'd be really appreciated. Now, before we begin this little update, I went out to my local model shop and I brought a few bits, so I'll just show you that. Sorry, I've dropped it in front of the camera. We'll start with this little booklet I was given. Well, it's actually a catalogue. Harbour and Hamlets, 00 or HO gauge sceneries, basically. These guys are really good quality stuff. I'll just show you a couple of things from the inside. As you can see, it's really good. Now, this isn't plastic or wooden made. It's good quality. I'm not quite sure what it's made from, but it's good quality. It's a heavy item. It's really good, and that's just an example of what you sort of can make if you buy all their stuff. I think that looks really good. But anyway, yeah, they've got gardening stuff in here, walls, something to do with your farm, bales. Actually, that's one thing I was looking for, is some round bales, so I might be interested in having a quick look at that. Anyone's interested in doing a pub or something, they've got aluminium kegs, wooden kegs, things like that, coal store, wooden spits, stuff around the station, things like that. Something for, well, a gas station and garage, a few little boats, things like that. But yes, if anyone's interested in anything like that, then just check them out. Simple enough website, it's www.harburnhamlet.co.uk, and it's spelt like that, harburnhamlet.co.uk. So if anyone is interested, then have a look. They're made in the UK, so that's another good point. Now, what I actually brought there was this ratio fencing. You've probably seen this before. I use it on my stations quite a lot. I needed a bit more of this. You'll see why later on the video. But I also found out that this comes in green, the same sort of green as that Great Western logo you can see in the background. So it comes in white, black, and green. And if anyone's looking for green fencing, then that's the guys to go to. It's Plastic Ratio Models. Finally, I've been saying to people I've been looking for a little boat, and I managed to find one at the stop, and it wasn't too bad. I just want to say sorry about the light reflecting off it. There's a window above me and the light's coming through, but anyway, this is a really nice little guy in a rowing boat. There's actually some fishing rods there which I can add and so on, but I'll just get him out. Comes out simple enough. Another bit of advice is whenever you get an item, doesn't matter what it is, keep the box as intact as possible, and with all the bits for it, and I always put them all in a drawer. Let's just get him off his little stand. There we go. It's a little angler, as you can see. Sitting on his boat, he's got two oars in front, a little bucket behind him. It's just a small little boat, and I'll show you in a minute what it looks like. I'm just going to rest it on the lake you saw me building earlier. But yeah, I'll show you that later on. So now it's time to get on moving on with the update. So we're going to start over here with this area, which I've been talking about doing for a little while. I've actually got around to doing it now. I've added in some nice static grass underneath. As you will see, it now separates the coaling area, which is the tarmac stuff, from the maintenance area, which obviously the track stuff behind. It's nice separated. There is enough clearance for sort of any long diesel locos or any long coaches to fit down there as well. In this corner here, I've added just a couple of little hedges and a little bit of bush and stuff to the scenery as well. A bit more detail needed there, but that's a very good start, I think. So yeah, so I think that's good enough. Moving around a bit to this area here. Now I have started, I have now stuck down this, which is what you saw last time, wasn't quite stuck down. It's now glued, stuck down and everything, which will be fine. I had a comment from a subscriber, basically saying just be careful that the card inside the track isn't too thick, it stops the wheels. It's absolutely fine. There's trains and locos running off it absolutely fine. The card itself is actually very thin. It's from cereal boxes. It's a very thin card, so it doesn't really affect the wheels at all, and as I said, everything runs fine. So yeah, that's now stuck down. I've also got my buffer stuck down. I'm looking for another pico buffer to fit onto the closer track before I can add any card in between the tracks. I obviously need to stick it down first. So that's all happening. I'm still looking for that. In the background is what I've actually been doing most work on here. You can just about see it, this wall. This needs to be painted grey, as does the concrete. This needs painting as well, but this needs to be painted grey. And then this is where the fencing you saw me show you at the start of the video comes in. We've been putting fencing on there, and it's going to look a bit more like a security fence, and then that there I think will close off this area really nicely. I'll just spin the camera around a bit more so you can see the rest of it. And then this carries on. There's enough there's enough parking spaces in here for 2 cars. We're going to be putting a double gate in here, another bit of fencing there. This is just a little wall. We're cutting our door, and what you can see this pile in the background is possible workers' shelter or workshop or something. They'll be sitting just there. But I'm having a look at that. My plan is to have just a simple a few poles going upwards with a roof on the top just to cover up this track here, leaving this one open, and then a little bit of a shed joining onto it. So that's all hopefully happening soon. But yes, moving on slowly with that. I'm just waiting to get more black paint as I've run out of that. I actually might need to get a bit more white as well, so I can mix up my own different shades of grey, and that would be quite nice. So I've also been doing a bit more work around here. I haven't done any more work on the mast, which I did in the previous video. I have done a bit of pencil marking just to see where tracks need to be laid and things like that. But I'll show you all that in a different update when I've got a bit more stuff done. But what I've actually done is actually in front of it on here. I've added static grass now running all the way along this track, which I'll just show you now. And that basically, well, I think it improves this bridge area. As I'm sort of not going to turn it into a bridge anymore. It's just, well, it's just so I can get over really. But yeah, so on the far side, which you can see just here, I'm going to be cutting that down. Knocking off about 2 inches off that side. It's well, 1.5 inches maybe, and before I put static grass over the top. So the other side is going to look the same as this side. Very simple. I might put a slight track or something on the other side, just cutting across. I'm not quite sure, but maybe a few animals, something like that. But yeah, that's basically that bit done. Not much to show you there. I've done a little bit of cutting on this side, just knocked off the corner there to make it more level. So this is the final layer I've been doing some work on. I'll just get this out of the way. I never start that building down, so I could always remove it to get behind it. But it's what I've been doing is a bit of static grass around the back. As you probably can tell by now, I've done a lot of static grass recently. But anyway, yeah, I've just covered over this area, running from behind the hedge and the pole, all around and up to the top of that hill, all up here. What I decided to do with this one here is making it a bit more rough. There's going to be some trees on there and something like sheep or something in just a wild sort of field. So I've painted well, actually you may have seen me paint it before, but I left these brown streaks all over it and a little bit of dark green there. The reason for that is so when I put the static grass over the top, that these would come through and it'd look a bit more like sort of steeper areas where grass was unable to grow because of rain and so on. But I'm going to be placing a couple of trees on that, and as I said, a couple of animals of some form. I think that'll cover it over really nicely. I need to get some, well, I've got ballast, but I haven't got round to it. I'll be ballasting right up, at the moment, up to there, where my finger is, and going no further for the moment. Once I've done that, then I'll be able to just finish off the static grass on this area and on the middle where the Pico Electric stuff is. But that there is all to come sort of on a later update video. I'm just going to drop the camera down so you can just see it from a slightly different angle. There you go, you can quite clearly see now that it's a nice sort of hill leading up to a flat top. And you can now see where the brown bits were. That there is where it's a bit steeper. So that there is basically it for what I've been doing on this update. I haven't been doing much more, as I have been trying to work on this special video I'm planning, which will hopefully come 150 subscribers. So yeah, so that there's some coming soon. Just turn the camera around so you can see a bit more of the illustration. Depending on the time, will depend on if I actually, yeah, I think I've got enough time. I probably have enough time. Yeah, I'm going to run a few trains and stuff and just get a few shots of it running by and so on and so forth. So yeah, so thanks for watching. If you have any comments or anything, then please leave them below. As I said, please comment about the new camera. Do you like it? Do you not? So on and things like that. And yeah, please hit that like button. Always appreciate it. And the same goes for the subscribe. So thanks for watching. Bye.